Hello, I'm Robin Foster, bringing you today's crash course about 4 planes that crashed on their courses. Now, the fact that I crashed this course for educational purposes and that these planes too crash their courses for some crazy purpose is a bit concerning because you should probably only crash courses if you are informing the public about something. The big question is, what were these terrorists trying to say?
Miss Foster, you mean that we can't just say that the terrorists were crazy?
Of course not. I mean, yeah, the terrorists were most definitely crazy. That human reasoning and therefore history are much more complicated than that. If we honestly want to see where 9/11 came from, we have to go back to the late 19 teens. At the end of World War I, the Ottoman Empire was chopped up into bits, just like their ally Austria-Hungary. That empire was Muslim, and it was replaced by secular nation-states. This was a problem for the Islam fundamentalists who thought that modernization was corrupt. It didn't help that we, the US, stationed troops in the Middle East after the Gulf War, and that we were buddies with Israel because, face it, nobody in the Arab world likes Israel. These offenses to Islam made extremists Osama bin Laden and the rest of Al-Qaeda declare jihad, which is basically an Islamic crusade against Jews and crusaders. Yeah, they don't like us or Israel for our religions either. The year 2000 brought us a new president. George W. Bush defeated Al Gore in an extremely close election. His big changes dealt with education reform, huzzah, tax cuts, doubling the national debt, and dealing with the ever-growing terrorist problem, which he obviously failed at spectacularly because it is still a problem in 2016. 16 years of pure terror. On September 11, 2001, 4 American airplanes were hijacked by Al-Qaeda. 2 of them crashed into the World Trade Center, 1 into the North Tower, and 1 into the South.
Wait, Oh.
Another plane crashed into the side of the Pentagon, and the last plane was brought down in a field in Pennsylvania by the terrorist passengers on board. In total, over 3,000 people died, 400 of whom were policemen and firefighters. These acts of terrorism, meant to inspire fear among the states and divide the American people, actually brought America closer, unifying our country. Oh, it's time for the mystery document? The rules here are simple. I read the mystery document, I guess the author, I do not get shocked by this shock pen, which is a rather faulty shock pen. And if I do not get shocked by the shock pen, and I did not guess the author of the mystery document, I will have to endure some other horrifying fate. But if I do guess the author of the mystery document, I don't have to do either, so here goes. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. And this is why, children, you should do your homework before you are called upon to read a mystery document. I do not know. I'm guessing George W. Bush? Really? Yes! Ah! fate avoided. The results of this American unification included more acceptance of background checks and airport searches. Also, the Patriot Acts, in which freedom in America is threatened by security because government officials no longer need a warrant to obtain information. Americans were troubled by the amount of searching for terrorists that the government did back then, and they are worried about it now. The US also started the War on Terror, which has lasted for about 15 years with no end in sight. Now, I'm not here to debate whether we should still be in the Arabian nations or not, but people do question our reasoning. 9/11 was a horrifying, tragic event, but is our reasoning for fighting back sound? Will it ever stop, or are we fighting terror with terror? And do terrorists understand any language other than terror? Despite being extremists and put in the US along with other countries through terrible things, terrorists are human too. And you really have to wonder if some of our people are any different. I'm Robin Foster. Thanks for watching. See you again, probably.